Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing. I'm putting this out. This is going to be a free report going out to everybody. And really, it's just recapping what has taken place, where we are, where we've been, and how things have played out. So I've showed you that report in late July where Woody was calling for a mid-August top. And it was going to be a tailspin mover into mid-October. And from there, we saw the S&P drop. It was close to 800, I think 800 points to the downside. So this was our big swing trade move down here. Now, once we got to these lows, we then were switching hats because we had 0% sentiment, 0% sentiment, and then 0% sentiment. So we knew everybody was bearish on the markets. They always get extremely bearish at the wrong time. And we were able to be buying pretty close to the exact low. And from this low, we saw the S&P rally from, say, 30. I'm just going to round numbers up, 3,500 up to 4,000. So this was about a five. This is a 600 point move here on this swing trade. But with that, so those are our big, say, projections. But once we got up here, we were looking for a top that was, and this was on November 29th. What he had said, he's looking for the markets to take a breather. The next important date to look for is in mid December, with the 14th being one of the dates. And we came in there and we found support. From there, we had this big move up. I told people that I was not looking to chase this rally just because of the news with the CPI numbers. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. But if I now zoom in and go to our 15-minute chart, so this was the correct call. Anybody who bought up here, they're holding their breath, hoping it gets back up because this market is a zero-sum game. So for every buyer, there has to be a seller. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. So somebody was buying at this absolute top right here. And we saw, I didn't trust it at all. I came down. Once we got down into the support, this is when I put out the alert to a buy alert. And from there, we're some 50 points higher than our entry. So we just put a stop at entry for this because we have the Fed minutes going on today, and I'm not really I don't get too excited about hanging on into time periods when we're going to have, say, volatility or the algorithms really just playing games with everybody. So we're hanging on to it with the stop there. If we get stopped out, then I'm just going to be looking down below to buy. And the reason why is we pretty much already know what the market's going to do into the end of the year, and what he's now kind of zoning in on when the next top date is going to be, and most likely that's going to be another one of these type moves where we come down and test the lows, but it's going to be a 600 to 800 point S&P move to the downside. And it's not guaranteed. I'm just saying it would be a swing trade that we're looking at. There's going to be massive amounts of money to be made. But the thing is that most people are going to be buying. My top party. I think we're closing this gap at 4,200. So there's a real good shot we're getting up to 4,200, and then from there dropping down and testing these October lows. And that will come on the important, the turn date that Woody's going to be zoning in on. So you can see that knowing exactly what the market was going to be doing weeks and sometimes months in advance, you can make a ton of money. Now, I'm just talking about these moves from August to October to December. Like it's over, I mean, almost 2,000 points that we're talking about. And that's not even in a long period of time. So this is what I'm talking about, where I'll be very, very patient with trades for entries because I want everything to line up. Now, the thing is, when we got actually a 90% bullish sentiment reading here. But one thing that the members know, and Woody is the best at this, is when we have low sentiment numbers and then we get a spike up with price, that's confirmation that the market's going to be heading higher for us. So that's one of the reasons why I took that long position, because I really didn't have any buy or sell signals when we were here, but I knew the time period was bullish and we know when the next top date is, and from there, then we'll be switching hats. And when everybody gets extremely bullish on these markets, we will be probably looking to short it. So if you're interested in trading, knowing what the market's going to do ahead of time. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can make money with this. One would be when you know that the market top is coming, whether you're just trading your portfolio, even your IRA or your 401k. You can move things into a more conservative, say, sector or something like that, because you're not really day trading those types of funds. But just being cash or moving into another sector that maybe that may not drop as much can save you 10-15% in your portfolio. But then on top of that, once we get into the low date, you can turn around and start buying the aggressive technology stocks and run with it that way. So there's ways that you can do this where if you're not like a trader where you're managing your portfolio, and then if you're actually going in and you're going to be doing the trading, you can trade SSO, which is the S&P two-time leverage ETF that goes up with the market. So if the S&P goes up 1%, that's going to go up 2%. SDS is on the downside, so that means every time the S&P goes down 1%, that will go up 2%. So those are some trading vehicles. And then if you want to trade options, they're on your own. I don't really give those option trades out, but I can assure you that with some of these moves that have taken place, I mean, people have made 20, 30, $40,000 off of them just with a minimal type investment. So if you'd like to make this consistent money month in and month out, with our predictive analytics model. Here, this is kind of the last call on the lifetime membership, because we did get one yesterday, and we have two people that are kind of in the loop on jumping in, and I'm only allotted three. So this may be pulled if you tap on it, and it just goes to another landing page that shows you these two. It means that these are filled, but you can take this. It's a one-time payment. You don't have to, our typical pricing is $1,800 a year. So basically, in 2 years, you're going to be, you're going to be making money on top of making good trades. The 1 year membership, we still have a few left on this one. I think there's 5, but it's again, where once these are done, we're going to be, pulling them off, and most likely not really making any more offers until next year. And unfortunately, if you wait that long, there's a good shot you're going to be missing when the next top is coming. So take advantage of these. I know they're not cheap, but they're not expensive compared to the information that you're getting. So with that, have a great day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.